Hello, everyone. My name is Tammy McMahon, and welcome to Time Management, juggling your business and your busy life. Whether you are a stay-at-home mom, a full-time working mom, dad, maybe you don't have any children, maybe you're single, maybe you're going to school full-time. It doesn't matter what it is that you do. We all lead very busy lives. Today, people just never have the time to do anything, right? They just go, go, go. With this business, if you really, really, really want this business, then you're going to have to make time, okay? And time management is going to be crucial to you. So, I am the mother of 3 children, 10, 7, and 4. I homeschool. I didn't when I first began this business over 2 years ago. My kids were in private school. I was working full-time on call 24/7 as a mental health counselor with a company that I've been with for over 10 years. My husband, he works a ton of hours. He leaves at 2 o'clock in the morning and comes home sometimes 6 or 7 p.m. Yeah, you heard me. 6 or 7 p.m., okay? I miss him to death. So when I first began, my why was to leave my job. So I busted my bottom for the next 6 months to replace my income, and I did. I gave my notice and I left that job after 8 months of beginning this business. I found the time. It was exhausting, but for you to be able to get this business off the ground, it's like a plane. You really need to step on the pedal and go fast for it to get up off the ground, right? So it's the same thing with this. You have to really be dedicated, consistent, and work this business when you can, when it's good for you. So that's where we're really going to work on that within the next 3 days. So you're with me Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week, okay? And I know that it can be incredibly hard to, whatever it is that's going on in your life, and I read all of your comments, okay? Yes, we are busy. But really, a schedule is going to be huge for you. So one of the things that I'm going to ask is, do you have set business hours? Okay? So that's the first thing that I'm going to ask you to put in the comments. Do you have set business hours? And if you do, does everyone know it? Does your customers know it? Does your upline, your coach or star diamond, do they know what your set hours are? Does your husband or wife or family, do they know your set hours? Okay, this is going to be very important. I have set hours and they are pinned in my group. People know when my hours are, and then they know. Sometimes they'll send me a message and they'll say, I know this isn't your set hours, Tammy, so I'll ask you, to just reply to me during that time. Obviously, if there's an emergency, they have all these other groups that they can go to, okay? I'm Team Inspire You, but then there's Team Destination You, there's Team Icon, there's a passion page. There's so many other teams that they can even post in mine or any of the others, right, and get an answer. And that's what I tell everybody. These are the things that you want to do. If you can't get a hold of me, please don't wait. Go ahead and ask, right? So make sure that you do that, okay? Make sure that you don't try to take it on all yourself. And here's another thing that we will talk a little bit more about it probably on day 3, and it's going to be more about unplugging, okay, being unplugged for a little while, because working the business 24/7 will burn you out, and it's not something that's able to be duplicated. So if you're portraying that you're working this business 24/7, somebody's going to be like, I'd love to do what you're doing, but I don't have time for that, right? So for me, I'm going to tell you what worked for me. For me, my children were in school at the time. I'm telling you about when I was trying to get my business up and going to where I was making $500 a week to be able to stay home, okay? I would get up in the morning and I would check my emails, check my website, and do a morning post. Check in all of my groups. I don't have a ton of groups, okay? I try to keep things simple. I've got one main Healthy for Life group where everyone goes if they're a customer of any sorts, whether they're just buying 21 Day Fix or they buy Shakeology, they all go in there. Then I have a challenge group that's totally different. There's prizes, and it's got a deadline of when we're stopping, and I expect you to be in there every day, okay? And then I've got my team page. For the most part, that's pretty much what I have. I do have a leadership page, but that's it, okay? So I make sure that boom, 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 I'm checking in on all of those. And then also my page. I also have a page. So my business page. Having a checklist is going to be very important. All right. So I know other people are going to touch on these things, but these are all very crucial when it comes to time management and juggling your business along, with your life. It really is. So, I make sure that I've got my list in front of me. So in the morning, I go through that list, right? Okay. I'm not doing, for the most part in the mornings, I'm not sending my invites at that point, okay? It's making sure all my posts are in, because I gotta get out the door, okay? I'm drinking my Shakeology, I'm doing my workout, I'm probably posting about one of the above, okay? And then for me, it was life, juggling the house and the dog and the kids and getting them from school and going to work and then on call. My husband would come home, they'd have dinner, I'd kiss him goodbye, and I'd have to go out the door to go visit clients. When I would come home at 11:30 at night, I would work this business from 11:30 till 2 o'clock in the morning. Yes, my husband would kiss me and say, you don't need to be up at 2 in the morning, go to bed. And I'd say, oh, no, really, I do. So that's when I would be sending my invites and following up. And for me, I knew it was temporary. I knew I needed to put, the pedal to the metal, give this my all, and be consistent. And I'm telling you right now, I didn't take off a single day, not one. Nope, because that's how strong my why was. I wanted out of my job. I did not want to be living like that for the rest of my life. So anyways, that's a little bit of a background on me and what you can be doing. So I want you to think about, do you have set hours? If you do, tell me what they are, okay? Think about putting up a pinned post that you're going to put in like your team page or your group, so people know, okay, what your hours are and when they'll expect maybe a message back from you, because that's also when I would check all my messages. I would scan them during the day, but I would answer them all at night, okay? And then you're going to, hold on, losing a train of thought here. So yeah, you're going to tell me your hours. So you're going to make sure that you send it to your upline. Also, if you have a success partner, you let them know it, because then you guys can hold each other accountable, okay? And if you don't have set hours, I want you to talk to me about what that could look like, okay? Give an hour. Do the power hour. I'm not going to touch on that because you're going to hear that later on in the week, okay? Power hours are huge, okay, for time management. It's going to be big for you. And so figure out where you can fit that in. Can you get up an hour early? Can you go to bed an hour later? I know you're tired. Trust me, I know. But really, how badly do you want this? That's really what I'm going to say. We have to make the time for the things that are important. It's just like our workouts. We've got to make the time to do it, right? So, obviously, I no longer work that job. I pulled my kids out of private school. I homeschool them, and life is still just as busy. I run the business. I've got schooling on my hands for all three of them, which I love and enjoy. They're on 3 soccer teams. And anyways, life gets busy. So what I do is I have my checklist, okay, that I do every day. And then I make sure that, I'm putting down how many people that I've talked to a day, what their goals are, who I followed up with. Okay, keep it simple. 3 people that you're going to invite, follow-ups, did all your posts, all right? And then maybe at night, go in and like a few people, all right? So that's what I have for you today, okay? I am going to post a couple of things today that should help you, all right? Like just a couple of things that I use that have been helpful. And definitely, set your hours. Let me know, sometimes the hours are going to change. That was another thing I was going to say. Sometimes the hours are going to change. That's okay. So if you have a rotating schedule, like say you're a nurse or whatever profession you're in where it's rotating, okay, it's not the same, but maybe it's the same every other week, right? So one week you're working maybe like 7 to 3s, right? And then the following week you're working 3 to 11s, and then the following week you're working 7 to 3s. All right, so, or every other weekend off, whatever it is. Make a pinned post and figure out your hours that are going to work that every other week. All right, so you can totally do that. Making sure that your whole family is on board. That's going to be key too. Making sure that they all know when you're working. All right, so anyways, that's what I want you to work on today. That's what I want you to tell me how you're doing, because if you are literally living on this 24/7 all the time, okay, and you feel like you got to answer that message right now, like immediately, you don't. You don't need to answer it right now. You can actually quickly say, hi, Jen. I would love to talk to you. How does like 8 p.m. or 9 or 10 tonight sound? Does that work for you? All right, great. In the meantime, you can send them like a video to check out, or just wait until tonight to chat, Okay. Send me any questions that you guys have in the comments, and I look forward to seeing all of your hours. Tell me any struggles that you're having with setting those hours. I look forward to helping each and every one of you to be able to better manage your time. And we are definitely, this is only a little tiny piece of it. We are going to get into the meat of it Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay, you guys have a fabulous day. Bye. Mwah.